Hey everybody, today we're doing something a little different. We're gonna try to do a couples quiz since we are in the month of love, right?
Yeah, we are.
All right, so I have no idea what she's gonna say. We're gonna do this blind. So I'll do mine, then she'll do hers, or other way around. And
yeah, ladies first.
Oh, my bad. Ladies first. All right, so we'll see what happens.
It's a very romantic story, actually. His sister, Lydia, is my best friend, and one day she was going home to see her family because she hadn't seen them in a couple of days, so I was with her. And at the time, Floyd was hurt from his neck injury that he had, or he was just coming out of his injury. So he was basically bedridden. So yeah, that's romantic. And so we went over there just to stop by really quick to say hi. And he was literally laying in the bed. And I just remembered saying hi. It wasn't like a magical experience or anything. But yeah, I met him through my best friend. So yes, I married my best friend's brother.
I basically stole her from my sister. They were really good friends at the time, and my sister had brought her around. And in the beginning, I wasn't looking for no relationship or nothing like that. I was going through my own stuff, so a relationship was probably the last thing on my mind. But she was coming around, and she was super cool. We became somewhat friends too at the time. So we actually met, it was like 2 years before we ever even started dating or anything like that. And yeah, you know, the rest is kind of history. We got closer, we grew closer, and I swooped her from my sister. But all three of us are still really close. We talk almost every day. Her and my sister are probably closer than they've been in a long time, probably ever. So actually, I kind of did them a favor. So you guys make sure you go down there in those comments and say thank you, okay? My first impression of her was that she was really chill, easy to talk to. We just vibe really, really easily together, honestly. She made it easy to have conversation. I could tell her things, and she kind of had good responses and things like that. So I don't know, we just clicked really fast. And yeah.
When I first met him, I wasn't really looking at him as more than just Lydia's brother. But I mean, I thought he was cute and he was nice, but I didn't really interact with him enough to have a really deep impression of him. How do I narrow it down? I would have to say the fact that he likes everything that I like as far as like snacks and stuff. And sometimes I just don't want to share, and he'll just be eating all my stuff, and that really annoys me.
Post about her, oh my God. This girl, okay, before I even say anything, I love her singing. I love the fact that she sings. She has a great voice. She's writing her own songs right now and all that. Okay, perfect. But she'll sing the same song. She'll get the song stuck in her head and be singing it for 2, 3, sometimes even 4 days at a time. And it's over and over again all day. Then it's stuck in my head and I can't get it out of my head. And it drives me crazy. I think that she probably likes my forehead because, you know, she has a thing for foreheads. So it doesn't get much bigger than this, you know what I mean? But I think she likes the fact that I'm supportive of her. I'm encouraging, and I do my best to try to lead her in the right direction, her and the family, you know.
Everything. No, just kidding. I would say he likes that I am compassionate and that I'm very easy to get along with, and I adjust well to different situations. He rejected me the first time I tried to kiss him. Yeah, Never been rejected before in my life, but he rejected me, and well, that really built the suspense for our first kiss. And I'm not gonna lie, we had a pretty romantic first kiss. I remember my foot popping, and no, I'm just kidding. But it was a good kiss. It was a great kiss.
I know she doesn't remember our first kiss. I'm waiting to see what her answer was, because I brought this up probably, it's been a few years since I brought it up, but she had no idea. For me, I remember every detail of it because, you know, I have that type of memory. Unfortunately, I remember everything. But I had on some blue Adidas shorts and a black t-shirt. She had on a burgundy cardigan and some cheetah print leggings, okay? That's how much I remember. So we were standing there in the middle of my mom's living room. Super awkward, but we were talking and everything was going cool. And she was saying, when are you gonna kiss me? But before she even could get the word kiss out, I just, you know what I'm saying? I planted one on her. Planted one dead in her mouth. And she was just like, you know, she was taken back. Obviously, she thoroughly enjoyed it. She asked me right after we were done kissing, you know, when we were gonna get married. So that's how I knew she enjoyed the kiss. This is a really, really simple moment, but to this day, it's one of my favorite moments. We went on a little trip to San Diego together, and there was these scooters, like city scooters all around the city so people could get around, just another form of transportation, I guess. But that was our first time seeing them, so we were excited. We hopped on one, and we ended up spending our whole second day of that trip just riding around on scooters. It was so simple, but at the time we were going through so much with the kids. Our life was just really, really busy. So when we were able to get away and do that, it was just like, I don't even know why it was such a great moment or why we enjoyed it so much, but I still remember that to this day. And yeah, one of my favorite moments for sure.
I remember there was this one time we got into an argument. I honestly don't even remember what we were arguing about, but I started having like a panic attack. And I couldn't breathe and I couldn't stop crying. And even though he was mad at me because we were arguing about something, he comforted me and he like calmed me down and got me to be able to breathe and stop crying. And I just remember hugging him after, and then we just started slow dancing for some reason. And it was like a breakthrough in our marriage, and it was one of the sweetest moments of our relationship. And yeah, I'll hold that memory in my heart forever. Well, as you know, we already have 2 children, and then we have fosters. We have some permanent children that are fosters. So how many children would you like? 0. Am I allowed to say that? No, I'm just kidding. I love you, children. If it was all up to me, I feel like I would want 1 more baby, but I try to respect Floyd and his wishes, and he doesn't want any more children, and I'm okay with it, like 90% okay with it. But when I see other people having babies, I'm like, I get the baby fever. I get baby fever really, really bad. But then I think about everything that comes with having a baby, and then I realize that Floyd's right. We don't need any more babies. So I think we're gonna stick with 2.
2 kids. 2 kids is the perfect number. I've always wanted 2 kids. She enjoys having 2 kids. But it doesn't really feel like we have 2 kids with the daycare and the fostering and all of that. It's more like we have about 8 or 9 kids all the time. But just for us, I don't want to have any more of my own. She doesn't either. So once the dust settles, I feel like 2 is gonna be the perfect number for us. We broke up one time in the very beginning of our relationship because I feel like our emotions was moving faster than reality, and so we decided to take a little break, like 4 or 5 months into our relationship, and we took a couple of months apart just to kind of get ourselves together and prepare ourselves better for our relationship. And when we chose to get back together, we promised each other that that's not something that we would make a thing, you know what I mean? So we broke up that one time, we promised that it never happened again, and we've been rocking together ever since.
Ooh, does yesterday count? No, I'm just kidding. I honestly don't even know. I feel like it was just one time, maybe two. I used to do this thing where if we got in an argument and I didn't have any comebacks or like I didn't know what to say, I would just walk away and pretend that I was like running away from home. I don't even know.
First big fight was about one of her ugly old friends who was talking crap about me behind my back in a previous conversation. So she was like just saying a bunch of stuff. She didn't even know me personally. She was also friends with my sister, and she, you know, so she had her little opinions or whatever. And I took exception to the fact that my now wife wanted to still hang out with her when those things were being said about me. And looking back on it, I overreacted, and you know, it turned into a much bigger fight than it ever should have. But I've grown since then. That's the whole point of being together and growing together. You get to a place of communication that was better than before. So I'm definitely in a much better place than that now. But back then, I was quite ticked. I ain't gonna lie. I know she's upset because she gets really quiet. She starts giving me one-word answers. She hardly looks at me. And then I try to drag it out of her anyways. I'm like, what's going on? What do you need? I'm just in a bad mood. I'm just in a bad mood. Why can't I just be in a bad mood? That was her favorite thing to say. And then I'm like, all right, fine. I'm just give her space. And then, you know, after she's done taking her space, she'll come to me and always say, I just want to say one thing. I just want to say one thing. And that's when I know that she's going to proceed to tell me every reason why she was mad, even though she just spent 3 hours denying that she was mad.
That's easy. First of all, he will slam doors. He will talk mess about you under his breath when he's walking away. He'll give you this look like he's judging you in his head. What other petty things does he do when he's upset? Things are literally black and white for him, and for me, it's everything in my head is a mess. So I love that for him. He sees things as this or that, and he can make very rational decisions. And I admire that about him because he's able to separate his emotions and all the other things that come along with making decisions, and can just see things. And he can see the way that things will play out. Like when he sees a situation, he doesn't just see it in that moment. He sees the next 5 months. I don't know. He has a gift. So yeah, I love that about him. He's a good leader. Let's just put it that way.
I like that she's always available. I like that she's very forgiving. She's very apologetic too. Whenever she does wrong, she'll take time to actually think about it, and she'll come to me and apologize. And outside of that, I just like the time that we spend together. Our time, we put a lot of intention to the time that we spend together, and she's just, I don't know. There's just so much to like about her personality. She's chill. We laugh together, we cry together. We literally go through every part of life together. And honestly, she's my best friend for real. I can't see myself doing this with anybody else, and I'm so thankful and glad that I have her.